Welcome to The End is
Sigh.
See, I did it right this time. I'm a learner. Even at this old age, I can learn things. Yes, welcome to The End is Sigh. We are back in action. Hopefully, the audio sounds better. We don't even know. We will find out once this is done. We think we've figured out the issues. I'm here with, I think, Daddy. Is that who I'm here with? My name's Todd for the record, but
my name is Nate.
Okay,
I don't know
so
where you're getting Daddy from.
Yeah, I don't know. So it said when I joined into this remote hosting, it said Daddy has joined the recording. So Nate has self-proclaimed himself Daddy in our video conference here. So enjoy that. This is the End is Sigh. We review movies. We talk about the topics we find within them. We do a lot of random, chaotic. This is the podcast that has like kind of a direction, but not a total direction. It's hard to define it when you talk to people. It's like, yeah, we do movie reviews. Why is it called The End is Sigh? Nate, do you have any input in why it's The End is Sigh? That's not as depressing as usual.
You know, I got nothing. We're just here. You can make your own meaning of whatever The End is Sigh is to you.
It's true. We like to make meaning out of the meantime. That's a catchphrase that's been thrown around. We just like to, chat about random bullshit in the meantime. That's also why we do it. And yeah, so we've decided to do that by reviewing a movie every week, and then we talk about the topics. Like I think I already explained this, but I'm going to go over it again. That we find out within them. So this week, or last week, I should say, we did Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, that would be last week, and feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, well, it has been a while in our time. We banked, and then we had the holidays, and now we're jumping in. And so for this episode, we're talking about two topics related, tangentially, to the Flight of the Navigator. Mine is going to be NASA, and Nate, what is yours?
Mine is going to be navigation. Wow, it's like it's in the title. What a surprise!
Hey, when it works, it works. I can't argue with that. That's what we're gonna do. But before we jump into that, let's catch up. What's new in the world of Daddy/Nate? Yeah, you put this on yourself. Mistake. Yeah, this was your mistake.
Let's see. For me, this is gonna be kind of old, but I still feel is relevant in a sense. Recently went and saw Stranger Things, the finale in theaters.
I haven't even watched the first episode of the final season.
So we're not going to really talk about Stranger Things. So don't worry, there's no spoilers here.
Okay.
But I think it's interesting you have this buildup of a show, and then finally they release the final episode in theaters. And it's kind of a surreal experience after all this time and then seeing the finale in theaters compared to sitting at home watching the finale.
I've always wanted TV shows to do that. It's like to finish with a movie. And I know Walking Dead teased that for years and then just never did it because The Walking Dead always fumbled the bag. I wanted Lost to do it at one point. I think that's like the big cultural zeitgeist show that kind of spawned all this kind of weekly watching and hype and stuff. And then that they were still early enough where they didn't have to finish it with that. But like anytime a season's going to get like canceled, or a series, I should say, it's always like, just do a movie. Go to put a movie out, and we can all experience what wrapping it up in a format that isn't episodic, and then we can at least have some sort of closure to this shit.
Yeah, and I was really glad too because I had a good theater experience.
Oh, finally!
Everyone was actually in tune watching the movie. There was like one little weird thing at the end. The guy to the right of us was taking photos of the screen.
The credits?
No, it was like during the end of the show.
We call that bootlegging. That's illegal.
But at the same time, it's like, you probably have Netflix at home.
Yeah,
therefore, you could just take these pictures at home.
He could stream it on his phone and take screen caps if he wanted to.
Yeah. So it was very odd of why he was taking photos.
But
overall, yeah.
Without a spoiler, was it a particular scene he needed to take photos of, or was it just random?
It seemed random to me.
Wow.
There was nothing that was like, oh yeah, this is going to get all the likes on Instagram. I have no idea.
Interesting.
But
okay.
Yeah, it was also interesting too because we bought the tickets. They were $20 each. I was like, oh, that's a little heavy of a price. But then when we
20
ended up
each?
going there, yeah.
Why were they 20 each? That's not even a normal ticket price.
Yeah, that's more than a normal ticket price.
Why? How did they get away with that?
When we went there, the $20 was a voucher to concessions. So we got the movie for free and then $20 to concessions is what it was.
Because that's where they make their money. That might be a smart little workaround for a theater chain.
Yeah.
Is that Cinemark?
Yep, that was Cinemark.
Okay. All right. You know,
But yeah,
Cinemark still stands alone as trying to do some correct stuff. AMC sells out pretty often as the big dog, but well,
that's what I've done with making meaning out of the meantime. What about you, Todd?
You know, my memory is not great, so sometimes I open my notes to be like, what have I done? But I haven't really done anything. Since we last recorded, we did have the holidays. I had a birthday. Christmas, New Year's. We just did New Year's at Nate and Kat's house. Played some board games. So I brought 2 brand new board games. Neither one of them have I won in. One's a little bit sadder than the other. So we played Corridor, and here's what Nate likes to do. I was chatting with a couple other friends yesterday, and I went. They brought up. They said we were playing games, and they said, "So I hear you were playing Corridor with Nate, and what is this about you not winning any of them?" type thing. And I went, "Yeah. See, when I beat Nate a lot, never gets posted, never gets mentioned. It's just dead silent." When Nate beats me a lot, it's all of a sudden it's an Instagram story. It is worthy of shaming me publicly. So
now, hold on. Can I interject here?
Yeah, sure.
Not once did I say I won. The picture I posted was of you and
Cat
playing. So therefore, out of context, people probably thought you lost a cat 5 times. Not me. I was never mentioned in there one bit.
It is true. So you threw both of us under the bus because it could have been Kat that lost 5. But it was me, for the record. I lost all 5, and I told them that, and I was like, yeah, when we used to play, I was like, the only thing I have on Nate is we used to play tennis, and for a long time I was like, I would whoop you, and I never posted. But I remember the first time you beat me, you had your camera out, and you took pictures of it, and I posted that you beat me. I was like, you are rewriting narratives. Okay, that your tennis ass can't cash, by the way. But yeah, it was a very humbling experience. I'm going to blame it on the lack of food. When I don't have food on me, I am worthless. We used to do the pod and we'd keep beef jerky in Nate's room because I would be like, I can't function without just some sort of fuel in my body. But yeah, it's such a simple game. Corridor is where you put like little pawn has to just move across like, I don't know, 15 spaces, but in between you put little wooden platforms to block their path. And every time I thought it was smart as shit, Nate would just put one down and go, well, that's it for your game. And I would never leave my home base. I would get stuck on base 1 and Nate would just roll over me. And it was humbling because I know my brain works. I know it does. I couldn't get it to work. But so yeah, I own a game that I've never won. So that I might just leave it over at Nate's next time.
Todd was running on Funyuns that night.
I tried. Well, yeah, I had to add some Funyuns to it. But anyway, that was my recap of Christmas. My birthday and New Year's Eve was me losing a quarter 5 times. Yeah, but it was a good dry holiday season over here. I think it's safe to say people all know we're in Colorado. There was no snow still. Like there was no winter wonderland, all that good stuff. So.
No,
very
dry.
I fought so hard against snow that I think it finally awarded me it, and now the planet is punished because of my incessant on trying to not be cold. But so I apologize to all those that need snow and water, and I take that on myself. It's very sigh for you on behalf of me. And on that note, Nate, anything else that we need to recap from the last 3 weeks at this point?
Nope, I got nothing else. It's pretty bare.
Yeah, as we take the training wheels back off of this podcast, as we remember how we used to have cadence and energy. I mean, I have energy. This is the earliest we've ever recorded, for the record. Usually, it's like 5 p.m. on. It's 10 a.m. here. So
yeah, that is
peek behind.
That is so early, guys. My gosh, to wake up at 10. That's rough.
Daddy, don't wake me up. It was my idea to record at 10 for just to give Nate credit. He is up early. I am not, and I chose this, and now we need to hop into these side quests because Papa has got somewhere to be. Okay, after this recording. All right, should we jump into topic number 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
The side quest number 1, I should say. It is NASA. So I looked up all these facts. Nate doesn't have these ones. Nate looked up all the navigation stuff. I don't have those. So I think when we used to do topics, sometimes we would coexist within them, and you would know some things, I wouldn't know some things. But this is going to be just kind of a conversation, a one-sided conversation. We'll see if anything piques Nate's interest. So, for the record, I got everything from NASA.gov mainly, and Scientific American. Everything else is Wikipedia, so we're citing our sources here. I went to the
You didn't
sources.
get it from Live Live Science?
If I forgot about that. That one used to be our go-to place. And I also did not use ChatGPT, you fuckers. All right, so NASA, do you know what it stands for? Do you know what the acronym is, Nate?
National Association Space Association.
National Association Space Association. Thank God you're not naming acronyms, but you did get 2 of 4 correct. So it is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So you weren't somehow you weren't totally off. Aeronautics is the big miss, I would say.
Yeah.
It was founded in 1958. Used to be NACA, which was the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. But they wanted it to be focused more on the human public kind of side, where they involve hey, this is our, advancement to go to space and learn. And so they wanted to kind of make it more of a human approach and not just a committee of, government. And their mission, stated on their website, is to explore the unknown in air and space, innovate for the benefit of humanity, and inspire the world through discovery. 18,000 professionals work around the country in laboratories and wind tunnels, on airfields, and in control rooms to keep NASA's mission going. And how about I start with some of the major accomplishments and see if you recognize these? Some you should. I'll be very sad if you don't. But Apollo 11 happened at the same time that JFK openly declared the goal for quote-unquote urgent national needs, which is, I believe this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish. So that's that same year that he made that speech, Apollo 11 went and it was a lunar landing, and it went and was commanded by Neil Armstrong with Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins. It was one of the most significant missions in NASA's history, marking the end of the space race when the Soviet Union gave up its lunar ambitions. We all know this. This story's been told a million times. This is where we first landed on the moon. We beat Russia, and then everybody from then on said we faked it, right? It's in a studio and all that good stuff.
I thought it was fake, right?
Yeah. Obviously, what's the main quote, Nate, of when we landed on the moon? What is the big one?
I might not get it exact, but one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
You nailed it.
All right.
Fucking nailed it. That was the big one because we got there, and then to your point of people claiming that it was faked, obviously I think that's bananas, batshit bananas. We got there, whatever. They're like, well, all these different elements and da-da. But everybody goes back to is the Russians also said we did it. They would not say we did it. They were also bracing us to get there, and they're like, oh yeah, they did it. No. They would be like, fuck you, we can prove you weren't there. They would not let the United States get away with that lie on such a grand level because they shuttered all their shit. They were like, we didn't do it, and they just stopped. To a degree. They would not let America win that race if we hadn't actually done it. If, Martin Scorsese or whatever the fuck was in there, in a sound studio making this, okay? There's too many spies to let that go unnoticed. And too many, how many people can't cover up one single lie? The amount of people that have to cover up this lie and never reveal it on their deathbed, they're like, anything you wish to tell us? And they're like, I'm going to keep that secret. No one ever would do it. They'd be like, yeah, here's everything, die. Anyway. So we did that, and fun fact about the landing versus stepping on it. So we landed on July 20th at 8 p.m., but Armstrong became the first person to step onto the surface about 6 hours later, around 3 a.m. on the 21st. So we landed the 20th, didn't actually get onto there to the 21st because they have to make sure everything's good to go and actually step out onto it. So
My question is, how do they know what time it was? What time zone did they just go off of?
there's no time zones mentioned here, but I assume it's from where Cape Canaveral is, right, in Florida. I bet it's from their time zone where it was launched from. Yeah, because if you're orbiting the Earth, you would continuously be changing time zones.
Yeah.
Guys, this is the Armchair Expert podcast that we're figuring things out in real time with you, and I'm reading notes I took. Again, since we banked 2 a month ago and are now trying to do the third one, my notes are a month old, and I'm like, what was this about? Sorry, we are not the most professional. Training wheels are coming off. We'll figure this out. So the second thing, after the Apollo 11, we did the Hubble telescope. Familiar?
Yep.
Nate just nodded at me. He forgot this is an audio medium, but he nodded at me for confirmation. Yep. After you nod, Daddy, I tell you. So in 1990, it was named. This is when the Hubble telescope was launched. It's named after astronaut Edwin Hubble, and it's made more than 1.5 million astronomical observations and looked at over 40,000 different space objects as of 2024. And now we have X-ray telescopes and probes like Juno looking into Jupiter's whereabouts. I added that note. At some point that made sense in my head. But we've gone far, and now we have other probes that are out there going further, going to different specific areas. And then Apollo 13, do you know about that mission?
I don't know about the mission, but the name sounds familiar.
It is a movie from Ron Howard, hence we're a movie podcast, with Tom Hanks. And it's the famed rescue mission. And I think it's one of Tom Hanks' best acting roles, to be perfectly clear. You need to watch that movie now. But yeah, so they get stranded up in space, and it's like how to get these astronauts back home as they're running out of oxygen, and everything just goes tits up, to say the least. And it's phenomenal, and it shows like the intelligence and perseverance of the astronauts and the ground unit, like ground control, figuring this out with like the smartest people in the world, doing like, well, if we have them turn this off to activate this will buy them a little bit more oxygen so they can try and fix this. Like it's intense and it's real, and it's just, I don't know, it's really amazing. So it is a disaster, quote unquote, but it is like a testament to what you can do with science.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I feel like space movies, they do, like when it's more of that realism space movie.
Yep.
It's there because, this is real. This could happen. Compared to like Geostorm or anything crazy like that, you're like, it just seems kind of far-fetched.
Kind of? You reference Geostorm as kind of far-fetched? Yeah, but I know what you're trying to say. I know what you are saying. I agree. Like Gravity is a great movie. You've seen Gravity, right?
I have not yet, no.
Fuck, guys. Remember this? Now they'll remember. Oh, that's right. Nate's seen half the movies Todd has. But Gravity also is based in enough science and like how it would actually work, but it's still a movie. They still need to dramatize things, but it's still based enough in that kind of science of how it has to actually function to where it's like it is real. It's almost like using practical effects but with a story, so you feel the weight of it because you're like, pun on Gravity, because you're like, oh shit, this actually could happen. I could find myself in this position, or not me personally, I'm not going to fucking space, but somebody could. But yeah, so that's a little bit about some of their most successful ventures. Obviously, there's a shit ton. There's multi-use rockets that they started creating because it was so expensive to go into space that they created the space shuttle. Because obviously, if you're sitting in one rocket and it just lost it and it just breaks apart and drifts off into space, you have to build it again. The space shuttle could go up, orbit, and then land. And it actually only took 9 years from start to finish for the first flight. Does that make sense what I just said? Start to finish, first flight, 9 years. They built it really quickly. And this happened in 1981. It was the Space Shuttle Columbia. It lifted off, and its maiden mission was successful. NASA succeeded in creating a reusable spacecraft that could basically glide back down like an aircraft and not go into the ocean where the parts would be wrecked and unusable. So if it wasn't lost to space, everything would crash in the ocean. Then you can't really use that shit again. So they created something like, it's almost like just taking a flight, right? And it always looks cool. And I always thought that would be the first like consumer, like commercial carrier type look, but they never did that. But now there's other ones that went from the Challenger to Discovery, the Atlantis, the Endeavour. They have created multiple versions. Obviously, we went to Mars with the rover in 1997, actually. So the 97 sounds so long ago. But it was the NASA's Mars Pathfinder landed there, and this led to the Mars Science Laboratory that was features the famous Curiosity rover and it's actually powered by plutonium, which is a name I only hear in Back to the fucking Future. Like, when I hear that something's powered by plutonium, I think it's all still science fiction. That it's not a real element. It's not something that can actually power anything. But no, we've got the Curiosity rover powered by plutonium up on Mars right now. So there's that.
So we time traveled to Mars, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't think plutonium's just for time travel, but it can be, theoretically. And in addition to Mars, guys, I'm just rambling here. I'm just going through some notes. So ISS, which is the International Space Station. Now, this is we've seen in a bunch of different movies. It's actually, this is all, like, just like plutonium. It seems like a crazy thing that exists. It's just a big space station that floats up there, and different international, like, groups can go up there and share it. They build their own rockets, they go up, they dock, they share the space station for months at a time to acclimate, do all that kind of stuff, do research, and they go home. So it's just another, it's like international waters, but up in space for everybody. It's like an island. Islands are kind of, iffy to talk about in the news right now, but this is not. This is a space island where actual professionals are allowed. And this began in 1993, managed by NASA, includes the Russian Federal Space Agency, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and the European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. So those groups all get to use it. It's basically like it reminds me of a real-world police. The ISS has been continuously occupied for the past 25 years. So it's like somebody's always up there. Like, a group is always in the space station, keeping the lights on, for lack of a better phrase. However, as of 2025, so about 2030, in 4 or 5 years, it will end. They're going to decommission the space station. It's been there that long, they're actually going to decommission it. And it's planned to fall safely to Earth and make way for privatized, commercially available activity up in space. So, yeah. So we're privatizing space now. So it is the quote that they used on NASA is, "It is NASA's goal to be one of many customers in a robust commercial marketplace in low Earth orbit, where in-orbit destinations as well as cargo and crew transportation are available as services to the agency." So
we're going to have billionaires going up there.
Yep, to use space
they're going to use game controllers to fly their...
Yes, it'll be we are going to... I mean, we're guaranteed to have a space submarine explosion, right? It's going to happen. We're calling it now. We'll have our own Titan submersible, but it'll be the Titan rover that's going to go boom, which they have plenty of bad, we've had very famous explosions of rockets going up with people, and that's always depressing. We won't get into that. I don't think I put that on my notes. I think maybe we talked about it way back in the day on another space thing. But yeah, so it's weird to think that they're going to pull down the ISS finally, this thing that I've known my entire life as like just being up there. And then within a few years, we're going to have this race to build other things up there and have just an ecosystem up there. I don't know. It's guys, it is a slippery slope. But yeah. The U.S. and Russian orbital module completions happened as recently as 2010. And yeah, so that stuff's already like they created modules for each part of the ISS station. So it's weird that they just got done with those and they're like, all right, in 5 years, we're going to destroy all that. Like, the amount of money they did to build these modules where each different international organization kind of hosts itself. And then they're like, yeah, we're just going to dump it into the sea and send up our own shit. So I'm curious to know what that looks like and how successful it actually be. Nate, would you go up and visit the U.S.'s space module when it's up there?
I don't think I'm going to be young enough, I guess. Yeah, I'll say young enough to feel safe enough.
Young enough to feel safe enough. Walk me through that.
All right. So my thought is, by the time I feel like it's safe enough to go up there, I feel like I'm going to be too old by that time.
But they're going to start privatizing it in like 4 or 5 years. So if they were to send up something in the next 10...
I feel like I'm going to need some time to make sure, because it's not just going to be, hey, ready to go.
Oh, like you don't want to be an early adopter.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to be the first one with the new iPhone type thing, right? Like where it's like everything
Yeah.
shits the bed and you're like, well, now I'm stranded up in space. Now they're making a movie about my rescue mission, but I'm the one that got lost.
Exactly.
Nathaniel never returned to home. That's okay,
Yeah.
Daniel, that's
So
a
I
good
think
call. You don't want to be an
I'll
early
stay on
adopter.
Earth.
Okay, stay on Earth. That's fair. I'm also like I don't even want to skydive, so I don't know if I'm going to be strapping my ass to a fucking rocket that goes into space. But credit where credit is due. On May 5th, 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to enter space, performing a suborbital space flight in the Freedom 7. Yet, it was Soviet Yuri Gagarin, I believe. You know who I'm talking about. Was the first human in space, executing a full orbital space flight about a month before that. So while we claim to get to the moon first, the Russians beat us to space, man. They did a full orbital thing. Like they were the leaders of like, hey, we're doing this. And then we were the American bravado of like, fuck you, we're doing this first. And then, what is it? Competition breeds. What is the phrase for people when they're building businesses down on Earth? Competition breeds. There's a phrase. Nate, there's a phrase. What is it? Competition breeds.
I can't tell you.
Am I doing it
People
backwards?
are yelling right now at you.
Or they're going, what is he rambling about? Competition breeds good stuff sometimes, all right? Sometimes it knocks, like private equity fucks everything. But if you have really good like local businesses all going for the same kind of thing, they're innovation. It breeds innovation. Is that correct? I think I did. I think I got to it. I think I did it. Okay, guys, don't stop yelling at me. Now, Nate, are you asking yourself, why have we not traveled to the moon again? We haven't done this since 1972. For 50 years, nothing. We've never gone back.
I feel
Any
like
theories?
there's nothing up there that was worthwhile. I don't know. We have the technology of like the telescopes and all that to actually just look at the images, figure out. We've grabbed probably samples.
So don't risk human life to do that.
Yeah.
That's fair. Here's what they say. So I'm hitting the mic over and over again. Hopefully that's fine. The world stage is different. There's no space race, so no one is throwing money at NASA to accomplish these things. NASA was often blessed with a 4% of the nation's budget would go straight to that. Today, it's lucky to get around 1%, which is why NASA, you never hear about them. They don't get the budget anymore. No one's trying to explore space and do it because there's no reason. We're not trying to beat anybody. So yeah, that's why we haven't gone back. There's no money. There's no incentive, even though it's cool as hell. And now all we have is billionaires building dick ships to go float around up there and then bring people back like Katy Perry. And it's just nonsense out there right now, which is a good sign of the coming commercialization of space. I will end with this, Nate, before we jump into yours. This is something that was questioned on NASA.com. Somebody asked a frequent actually question. I was like, this is great for Nate. They ask, can I use ChatGPT or other artificial intelligence tools to assist in drafting application and assessment responses to get into NASA? And NASA responded, NASA prohibits candidates from plagiarizing any portion of their employment application to include responses to questions in which you must provide a narrative response. You must create your own responses originally and not copy or adapt them from other resources. While NASA encourages you to create your narratives with great care, including correct use of grammar and style, you are prohibited from using any artificial intelligence or AI-assisted tool to include but not limited to ChatGPT. Any information you provide during the application process is subject to verification. NASA will discontinue your candidacy if we find that you have violated the prohibition and use of AI tools in the application process. NASA's like, dude, use your fucking brain. We're the smart guys. Which is another...
I mean, everyone should be, honestly, putting themselves out there, not using ChatGPT to explain who they are.
Yep. So even NASA's like, hey, man, we're supposed to prove that we can do this on our own brain power, not have something plagiarized. They even use plagiarizing your own fucking employment application, which means they've seen it happen to have to address it as well. But anyway, that is your chaotic NASA update. Back to you. Back to home control, Daddy.
So is this a news report now? All right. Thanks, Todd, up in the studio, or should I say space station.
Todd control to Major Nate.
So I guess that'll take us to side quest 2, which is navigation.
I'm excited.
So I went real simple, looked up the definition. This is according to Oxford. So navigation is the process or activity of accurately asserting one's position and planning and following a route. Pretty simple.
So that makes sense to me.
So navigation is very broad. There's a lot of different ways you go with navigation. I kind of went down the road of maps.
That's probably better. Otherwise, we're just talking about Apple Maps and Google Maps, and that just tells me where to go. And DETA, I'm going to try and beat every time.
Funny you say that. We'll get to it.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Spoiler alert.
So, real quick, going down this route. So, ancient beginnings. Road maps date back to ancient civilizations like the Babylonians, Greeks, and Romans. Early Roman maps were simple and focused on routes, distances, and landmarks. But let's face it, they would have helped much with today's road trips, apparently. Which I kind of think is interesting when they mention landmarks. When you're going through GPS, it's like, oh, turn left here, turn right here. How great would it be if like GPS had like, hey, there's going to be a McDonald's up here. Turn left at the McDonald's rather than trying to look for a street sign.
No, honestly, I mean, luckily that's why the app like shows you the street, like in the turn, like that shows you the path. That helps there. But yeah, that's how we tell people how to get to homes and parties, right? Like that's how it always used to be. And you're still kind of like, hey, turn at the barn. The red barn is always like, I think movies use it a lot. Like turn to the big red barn. I think there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where they're like trying to figure out which barn or whatever building they're supposed to turn out, but I think there was more than one, and they just get lost and they never find the party because you try to use these landmarks. And when you were a kid, even if you're walking around, I like driving the same 20-minute radius around me, but I don't use the map. But I know because of the turns. If you said, hey, what's that road you turn right on every single time that you've done 100 times, like, I don't fucking know what that name is, but I know it's that road because it's by the grocery store or the gas station, or it's just habits. It's like a dog's sense of finding its way home.
From there, went to medieval and Renaissance breakthroughs. So maps in the medieval era were mainly for religious and noble use. However, the Renaissance brought about cartographic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got it.
Revival. Road maps like the 13th century Tabula Peutingeriana showcase the Roman Empire's extensive road network. These are big words for me, guys.
I'm trying to picture what that was. It tableau? I don't even know. I don't know. I can't help you on that one. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah. From there, exploration sparks progress as European explorers set sail in the 15th and 16th centuries. The demand for accurate maps grew. Mapmakers using explorers' accounts, refined road maps, pioneers like John Ogilvy produced strip maps in the 17th century and displayed roads, distance, and landmarks.
Strip maps?
Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't go too much into detail on what strip maps were.
You heard the word strip maps and you didn't find out if that involved nudity?
That's not my area of expertise. I guess you should have the daddy title.
Oh, God. I don't even like that. Mom, turn off the pot for some reason.
From there, gearing up for road trips with automobiles hitting the scene in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Road maps flourished. Automobile clubs, oil companies, and government agencies produced detailed maps for eager travelers. And Rand McNally's 1924 Road Atlas made maps accessible to everyone.
I know that name. I can picture those like yellow folded maps that are in every like gas station before the door, or that even when I was in Barnes and Noble, they still own a lot of that. Obviously, they pioneered to use that.
Yeah,
and McNally. Yeah, I remember using those maps when we would take road trips. Kids these days, Gen Z, you don't understand. We used to have to print out directions and remember, this turn happens in a mile and a half. All right. Well, I guess I'll kind of like keep track. I had to focus on the road back in the day. You had to know when a mile was going to end. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That was always the worst because then it's like, I got to look at my odometer. Okay, turn right here. Now we have 2 miles. Okay, my odometer says 1,024 miles. I need to be looking out at 1,026.
Man, see, this is why Nate wins at Corridor, because I've never looked at my odometer for that. I would just like feel the vibes of a mile.
Feel the vibes of a mile.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
worked. All right, I made many road trips across the country.
Todd is like a chef. Just add for flavor.
Oh my god!
From there. So then the digital revolution, the late 20th and early 21st centuries, saw a shift toward digital cartography. It all began with routes printed from MapQuest and evolved into Geographic Information Systems, GIS, and Global Positioning System, GPS. This eventually paved the way for accurate dynamic digital maps, real-time traffic updates, and efficient route planning.
And that brought us to today.
We are very spoiled nowadays from where we were of looking up on a map how to get there to, what's the address? Type it in.
Yep. Or if like any restaurant or any business, just like, I might as well just tell me where to go and I don't have to like pay attention to anything.
And also, this is, by the way, from utires.com.
U-Tires.
Yep.
Like, is that like U-porn, but it's U-Tires? It's just pictures of tires?
Actually, it's a company that sells tires.
Sorry, U-Tires. Sponsor the Indecide podcast. Get your tires at U-Tires.
Look at that tread.
Oh. Dude,
All right.
Mother, I can't make... damn it, I had a whole riff just working on there. Okay.
So then they also have a survey that they had. This was back in March 10th, 2024. So this is going off of GPS. So which GPS apps are most popular? Google Maps starts off with 63%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Apple, 14%. My GPS coordinates is 6%.
What grandpa's using that one?
I don't know. There's Waze at 5%.
Waze only has 5. Wow.
And then iSharing Radar Bot, 3%.
What? That's fake. Somebody made that up just to pad the stats. I've used Waze before. Waze is interesting because if you're using it, you can see other people using the Waze app on your route. So you'll see the little cars driving, like, oh, that person's also using Waze, which I think has got to be, I don't know, it's weird to me. It's very weird to see the other people using that specific app.
Yeah. The other questions on here, how long could you go without using your GPS?
Like me in general?
Yeah, I got percentages here as well, but let's see where you would.
Are you talking distance or just like time?
Just time. How long? Yeah.
I'd probably max out at like an hour if I had to go around from where I'm at.
Let's measure more in like days, weeks, months.
Oh, okay. Oh, just without that. That's a weird question because I don't even know what that entails. Like, am I traveling during this time? Go without GPS. I guess a week.
Okay. So 29% said less than a week.
Okay.
23% said less than a month. 20% said 1 to 6 months. 15% said less than a day.
Ooh.
10% a year or longer. 3% 7 to 12 months.
See, now I'm trying to think. I could probably do because if I was moving to a new location, absolutely not. It's less than a day. But if I'm in my area that I've lived forever, yeah, I could go a year plus because I know. We also can see the mountains. We're also a little coddled here in Colorado. Like we have at least one direction set for us.
Yep. From there, also 1 in 5 have never used a paper map for directions.
Yeah, that's the Gen Z years.
And that's just going to grow as time goes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
17% wouldn't be able to reach their destination using a paper map.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just illiteracy?
I don't. I mean, it's a thing that people don't need anymore because GPS has taken over. You don't have to pull out a map.
But the map would just say, go 1.5 miles and turn right on whatever street. Like, that's not like advanced math or anything. That's just a step-by-step instruction.
Well, no, I'm talking like a paper map. Like, you have roads. It's not a map quest.
It's not oh, shit. I'm thinking about literally the GPS directions. Telling that to you.
No, yeah.
Okay, so if I'm using like one of those legit Rand McNally maps where it's just like seeing terrain and the blue versus the red lines or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I could use that map if I had it in Colorado, but beyond that, I could still do it. Again, I mean, I could see it being tougher, but if you literally can't look at the sign next to you and be like, all right, I'm this sign, and then ahead of me is the next block, and that's the direction I'm going. That's a problem. That's the man. I don't know. I don't want to shame people, but it is tougher though. If I was doing like a national parks, good luck. I would never know where the hell I'm going.
Yeah.
Maybe if I had streets and blocks and stuff, I could figure it out from there for sure.
All right, and going back to your earlier comment, using GPS leads to dangerous driving.
Absolutely.
Todd, what percentage of people do you think try to beat the estimated arrival time?
At least 75%.
You're pretty close. 71.
Okay, yeah. We all want to because we're all like, we know better than this fucking bullshit. Or if you're driving down the highway and you're like, there's no traffic. There's no way me going 85. Don't go 85, guys. Or I guess some highways are 85. So don't speed to get there. But you're like, if I have an open door in front of me, I have to be cutting time off, right? Like I have to be.
And then of those who have, 60% have driven unsafely to do so.
Yeah, I'm in that. I don't like that. I am getting better about it without having been told or being reprimanded.
Who do you think is the main culprit for that?
Boomers.
No, actually, let's go more gender.
This is not good. Don't put me into this. Oh no. Dude, I can't. The safe answer is dudes. Dudes should do it, right? I'm going to say guys. Guys are not doing it correctly.
Yes, men are more likely
really?
culprits.
Does that make me sound bad if I'm surprised?
So 51% of men say they have.
I literally don't know, but I knew there was a bad hot answer that Nate put me into. Okay.
So yeah, 51% of men say they have. 37% of women say they have.
Oh, so this is by admission.
Yeah.
Men will be like, yeah, I sped and I didn't do it. Maybe one half is just lying to save face.
Wow, so you are being sexist.
No, I'm just questioning how you get to the admission part. I admitted already that I'm not a great driver, that I'm trying to beat the thing. So I'm in the worst category here of driver. But I am trying to be better. But you know what? Don't try to trap me, all right? I think women are great drivers. I think men are bad drivers. And that's what I have to say about it. Okay? That's my official stance. Clip that.
Okay, cool. Well, we can continue on because I got a little test for you here, Todd.
Oh, okay.
This is kind of dealing with geography in a sense.
Okay.
This is just the United States.
Okay.
So you're going to have to paint a mental picture for you. And I guess people listening can go ahead and play along and see how much better you are than Todd.
Okay.
So, starting in Colorado.
Uh-huh.
You're going to go down one state.
Ooh.
Go left one state.
Am I looking at the map or am I
Yes,
map?
you're looking at the map.
Okay, I'm looking at it, okay.
You're going to go up one state.
I'm already lost. Okay.
And then left two states. What state are you in?
So I'm going down one, going left one, and then going where?
Up one.
Okay.
And then left two.
Am I in Nevada?
No, you're in California.
Oh, I was one off. Am I one off?
Yep.
I was close. But I mean, that's pretty good to me. That's pretty good. So I went to Wyoming.
Don't worry. I got some more for you. Wyoming? How'd you go to Wyoming?
Down. I went down one.
Yeah, down from Colorado.
Oh, shit. That's north. So I was already in the wrong state, but I still got to the right place. All right.
Okay. We're going to keep going here. There's a few here for you.
Okay. Yep. I've already failed the first
start
one.
In California.
Okay.
You're going to go up 2.
Okay.
Right 3.
Right 3? Oh, no. I'm going to guess where I'm at. Okay.
Down 3.
What? Where am I? Okay.
And then right 3.
What What's with the threes? What am I, in Arkansas? Where am I?
No, you are in Indiana.
How close is Arkansas?
Arkansas is about a few states away. It's
Shit.
a little south and a little bit east.
I need my Rand McNally. This is not going well for Todd here.
All right, Todd, guess what? We're going to continue on with a few more here. It's going to get a little more difficult, though.
Did you say more difficult? I failed the first two easy ones.
Oh, I went through this work, so you have to see how you do, all right?
Oh, okay.
Now we're going to start.
Get the first two correct.
Well, I made this, so.
Oh, I thought you said you went through this like it was a test you saw. Okay.
No, I made this, and someone at work helped test it for me, so.
Okay, I'm moving all the mics around as my feet fall asleep. All right, okay, now we're good.
Okay, so you're going to start in Colorado again.
Perfect. I know where I'm at. Okay.
You're going to go north 1.
Okay, I'm in Wyoming.
You're going to go southwest 1.
Okay, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm going to guess. Okay, I'm going to keep
You're
that
going
in
to
my
go
head.
south 1.
Okay.
And then you're going to go
South.
east 2.
Am I still in the country? Am I in Louisiana?
No, you are in Texas. You're off by 1.
Shit. Where? What is southwest from us? New Mexico?
You go up north to Wyoming,
Yep.
and then you go southwest, which is Utah.
Then it's Utah. I just went straight up back from Colorado southwest. Shit, okay.
Yep. So far, you can see that there's been somewhat of a theme, right? You've been to California, you've been to Indiana, you've been to Texas.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yep. Okay, give me the last one.
All right, so now we're starting in Texas.
Okay.
You're going to go
Clever girl.
east 3.
Okay.
You're going to go north 3.
Okay.
You're going to go east 2.
Okay. Am I going to end up in New York?
You're going to go north 1, New York.
You piece of shit. So not only was I shamed because I didn't know general directions, these are places I have personally visited.
Yep.
Okay.
So now we can move on to 2 more.
2
A
more?
little more challenging for you here.
What are you talking about, guys? Is this the shame ritual I've been introduced to? Okay.
Oh, you've done this to me, so don't worry.
Okay. Wait.
All right. You're going to start in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
You're going to go 1,000 miles east.
1,000 miles east. Okay.
You're going to go 500 miles south.
Okay.
You're going to go 250 miles east.
Okay.
And 300 miles south. Now, this is probably somewhere you have not been.
What is this, like Salida or something?
I mean, you can stay the state.
Oh, I'm not in Colorado still? How big is Colorado? When you said 1,000, was I already out of the state?
Yeah, you were.
Dude, future women that want to date me, don't listen to this episode. I swear, I'm not dumb. Okay, so, oh no, there goes my prospects. So I've left. I thought I was in Colorado the whole time. I thought you were just playing games with me here. All right, I have no idea where I ended up. Where did I end up?
You're in Winter Haven, Florida.
Winter Haven, Florida. Oh, you sent me to Florida?
Yep. And then
That's
we're at
damaging.
last one here, starting from Winter Haven, Florida.
Okay.
930 miles north.
And we're starting in Winter Haven. Okay, north. Okay.
Yep. 530 miles west.
Okay.
690 miles southwest.
Okay.
970 miles west. Where are
Did
you?
you put me back into Colorado?
You were in Bakersfield, California.
I was way off again. This is why when I said I was driving, I just kind of vibe a mile. So I would end up like
It worked
10
for you.
hours away, and I'm like, I think I made it a mile. Oh man, so that's a. If this was a test, Nate, where would I land?
You got one correct, only because I think I gave you the hint. These are places you have been.
That's true. So 1 out of how many questions was that? 10?
8.
Yeah, I don't even know how many questions it was. So 1 out of 8. What's that score? So
that's like below 10%, right around that.
So I'm not getting into the advanced geography class. No AP.
No.
Geo for me.
Nope.
That's okay. The only thing I remember from geography class was using coloring pencils to fill in like the Mayan temples and stuff. Right? Yeah, did like very detailed. So what did that teach me? I don't know. I don't know.
I think it taught the listeners something. It taught the listeners, hey, when you're driving, don't vibe with the miles.
I am the navigator. Look at me. I am the navigator. I will say, like, I can get around normal areas without turning on the GPS, but even for like going an hour away someplace I know, like when I went to New Year's Eve, I put on the GPS now only for potential accidents, to be like, oh, if it all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're going to take 2 hours. Well, I know there's an accident on the fucking highway and I need to go around that to save myself. Basically now it's an accident acknowledgement, like an alert that I put on the timer for. Because if I know what it should take me and it's way over, then I know something's up.
Yeah, that's one thing paper maps can't tell you.
That's true. They can't tell if there's traffic and accidents and shit like that. But which everything is traffic nowadays. So this is the gripe moment of traffic. No, my gripe moment is being swindled out of intelligence on this very podcast.
It's all right. I can't read. You can't map.
That's true. That's true. What did I test you on that you got me back on? Do you remember?
There's been a few things. I can't remember exactly what they all are.
Now I'm going to start thinking of another test for you. Now I've got to come back on you with something. All right. If anybody listening that knows Nate well, ask me to test him on something that you know he would fail at. Thank you. Thank you. My text line is open. Well, is that it for the navigation?
That's it for navigation.
I loved it. Mine was facts that neither one of us could keep up with, and yours was shaming me, but we did get some good GPS facts in there.
Yeah. That
brings us to the end of this. Nate, what are we reviewing next week? I have no idea what the movie's going to be, so please let me know.
It's been a while, but should we probably give them recommendations before we're doing next week?
Oh, should we do it opposite ways? What is the correct ways?
I don't
know. We were in sync on I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's do recommendations. Oh, fine, yeah, I can do that. Well, you start.
I'm going to start off with a board game.
Oh, okay.
And I recommend Perch.
Oh, Perch. What is the tagline for Perch?
Perch, I'll go real quick through. It's a game by Doug Hederick, illustrated by Ari Oliver. And Perch is a game about screwing over your friends.
It sure
with
is.
Birds and nest. You're pretty much trying to place your bird on other people's nests, but you also get to control their birds and decide where they get to put their birds. So you kind of screw over other people's plans by controlling their birds.
Yes, and I kickstarted this board game.
Yeah.
And then realized Nate had also kickstarted this board game before me. And so he got an extra perk for Perch, which was what, Nate? What shame do I need to also carry in this episode?
Every time Todd opens his box of Perch, which is not often, he gets to see my name on the inside of the box.
Yep. His name is inside the Perch box, so that's depressing. I thought I was doing a cool Kickstarter thing, and that did not happen. But yes, Perch it's... I wonder if it plays out in different groups, because our group, we definitely screw each other over a lot.
Yes.
But I think that is the purpose of that game, but we also take it personally.
Yeah. But I think that's any
different.
board game. You take it personally, but at the end, once it's over, you're like, all right, it was a game. It's fucking Candyland.
It is fucking Candyland. So over the holiday, for New Year's Eve, we played a Kickstarter game called Bear Mountain Camping. This is not my recommendation. I mean, it's a good game, but we didn't argue during that game to each other because we were so caught up on how to figure out how to play the game that there was no chance to like screw anybody over and get mad. And it almost seemed cooperative now that I'm thinking about it. We didn't ever take anything from other people. There was no backstabbing. It was just a race.
Oh,
to
really?
the end.
There wasn't? Someone took my resources.
Somebody did take a resource at one point, and then Nate made it his mission to screw them over through the rest of the game. He didn't quite get a chance, but he kind of, towards the end there. Yes, that's true. You can make it aggressive if you want. There is some sort of, but it's actually quite a friendly game. But anyway, non-Kickstarter game. My recommendation is one that people are very well aware of if they're maybe older listeners. But The Wire. I am on season 5 of 5 seasons, so I'm on the last season. And it started in 2001, 2002. Man, I get the hype now. It is definitely a product of its time, where there can be some cheesiness. It's got that 90s vibe and stuff. Not 90s vibe, but early 2000s vibe. And it's like there's moments where I'm watching the show and something happened and I went, no! I yelled at my screen, no! I was like, oh my God, no. Like, I'm always like, do not take this person from me, because this show does not care about like keeping things around and like shaking things up, but it's also very like it makes you care about the character. So I would say watch The Wire.
I probably won't get to that anytime soon, but your recommendations are always solid.
Isaiah Whitlock Jr. just passed away in between like this last week, and he is a big character in the show, and he's famous for shit. Like, he says shit and he drags it out. It's so good every fucking time it happens. It's so great. But yeah, that's my Wire update. Off the wire for The Wire. Now, Nate, what are we watching this next week?
So next week we are going to do 2006 Accepted.
Accepted? Okay.
Yep.
I have seen Accepted. That's with
okay.
Jason. Is it Jason?
I can't remember. I know it's an early Jonah Hill movie.
Yep.
No, it's not Jay. I can't remember the main actor's name. Drawing a blank.
He's from She's Not Into You and Barbarian and
it was Justin Long.
Justin, not Jason. Oh, okay, Justin Long, right. Okay, Accepted. All right. That is, I remember seeing that movie, and there's a guy that can control things with his mind, right?
there is something in there on that, yeah.
But it's supposed to be a grounded-esque movie. Okay, fair enough. Spoilers for that, but check that out. Yeah. Okay, great. I look forward to rewatching that. And I think, does that bring us to the end of the episode of a side
That does.
All right. Well, anything to sign them off with? We'll go through the typical things, guys. Follow us on the socials. We're at Instagram at The End Is Sigh. Sorry, guys. My screen just updated with a subtitle for Daddy of Todd who vibes with Miles. So Nate is trolling me in the middle of a live recording, you son of a bitch. So let me just restart that. Not really restart, just go in the middle. Yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube. We're there. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones. And Nate, tell the people you hate, right? If you hated this, let them hate it too. Get us those numbers. Thank you, baby. Yeah, that brings us to the end.
Yeah, guys, just vibe with the Miles.
And yeah, when I'm looking around at the road in front of me, I go, it's fucking Candyland, and then I hit the gas and I floored ahead. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.